Hey, how are you guys doing? I am Mag.
And I'm Darren. Yeah. And you're here on Pop Up Stage on AFO Radio. Yes,
That's
sir.
right. It's a Friday. It's time for you to enjoy new releases once again on the show. And Darren, your hair, is it a different color or is it fading off already?
It's starting to fade off. But yeah, I think it's also because of like I'm
You're like,
broadcasting from home. Yeah, it's because of the lighting, so it's kind of like wonky. But it's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
now you
I
know that if he's at home, it's going to be a little wonky. But when he comes in the studio, right, damn nice, man. That's sleek, his hair. So, of course, today on Pop Up Stage, we'll be talking to two international artists. Yeah. One
Yep.
is a young girl who you introduced me to last year. She was down for the 911 concert and she was the opening act. In fact, she's open for many big names all around the world. So it's good to have her back on the show, isn't it?
Yep, that is true.
Okay, so Darren, you take it on. Tell us, who do we have today?
All right. Yeah. So apart from opening for 911, she also opened for Sam Smith, The
The
Script,
script.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, and Mumford and Sons and Horn. It's just crazy. Like starting out a career at such a young age, and having to open for these big names, it's quite amazing. So she started playing music when she was 8. She started writing music when she was 13, and she's put a couple of tracks out. She's played major festivals in the UK as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll let her tell us more about this as soon as we get it on. Everybody make some noise for Andrea.
Woo!
Hi!
Hi, Andrea. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
We were talking before we brought you on, and you're in Thailand right now, and things are pretty much under control, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually really good. So I'm really happy with the COVID situation here. How's it going in Malaysia? Is it okay?
We're doing okay, but could do better.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, things are starting to ease up now.
that's
So
good.
a lot more people are starting to get out and stuff.
That's
But still, doing the whole
social
social
distancing.
distancing.
Yeah, makes
Yeah, so
sense.
that's not too bad.
Yep. Okay, so what's the one thing that you miss doing, Andrea? I mean, compared to pre-COVID season, and now you've not been able to do it for the past 8 months or 6 months at least.
Honestly, just going outside the house and not wearing a mask. Like the amount of times that I've gotten in the car and then we've driven off somewhere and then I'm like, oh my god, I don't have a mask. And then I had to go home and get a mask. Literally. It's not even a part of my routine yet. I need to make it part of my routine. It's slowly getting there, but I got to instill in my brain that I have to wear a mask.
Or just
I think that
keep the mask in your bag, or like leave it in the car.
That is
And
true. I think my mom's done that. I think my mom has done that now because I didn't wear a mask one time. I didn't bring a mask, and then she's like, "Okay, there's 10 in the car."
I do that too, but the problem is when we come to work and we've got to park like really far away from the main entrance, and then you walk halfway and you go like, my
Mask.
mask is in the car. So you walk all the way back. It's terrible, but I guess yeah, keeping it in the bag is definitely something I should start doing as well. So this afternoon, you're joining us to talk to us about your brand new song. Tell us what it's called and tell us a little bit more about it.
Sure. It's called "Please Don't Leave." I wrote it around a year ago. My teacher tragically passed away in a motorcycle accident, and I was doing my exams, so my final like IB exams. And he passed away on a Monday after I'd finished doing like 5 hours of exams. And then when I found out the news, I literally like cried so much. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't eat. I was so sad because this was my first like big loss. And then I had an exam the next day and I was like, I'm not gonna study, I'm not gonna do my exams. But if I didn't do my exams, then obviously I wouldn't have passed.
yeah,
And then my mom and my parents were both just like, why don't you try like writing a song and like letting out, your emotions? Because in the past, writing songs has definitely like helped me get over stuff. So I turned my feelings and emotions into a song, and I was like, okay, I'll think about this after my exams are done. I wrote the song, got through my exams, and then like allowed myself to feel like the emotions again after my exams had passed.
Mhm. I mean, wow, being through, being in that point where you're sitting down for an exam, you're going
Yeah,
through grief as well, and you're also keeping all these feelings in so that you can write a song. That's a lot to handle in one, at one time. So how
yeah.
did you, get yourself straightened up and say, okay, I'm going to focus on this, 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 each one, take things one step at a time.
I definitely think it was a lot of support from my family and my friends. They were just like, okay, one exam after the other. They were constantly asking me if I was okay, and they never put any pressure on me to study or anything. And I didn't really put pressure on myself. It's like, you're gonna do the best you can. Okay, maybe it's not the grades that you expected, but you're just gonna try your best because your teacher like would have wanted this for you. And
Yeah.
then I ended up doing really
Yeah.
good in my exams because I managed to set aside my emotions for 2 weeks and then just focus on 2 weeks of exams, and then I finished.
Well
So you
done. You are, of course, an outstanding student anyway.
So much.
must
So
have been
I'm a
very
very
close to this teacher.
I love studying.
Right.
Sorry, Darren, what were you saying just now?
Like you must have been very close to this teacher.
Yeah, I was. He was the first teacher that sort of believed in me and knew that I was smart. He was the guy that sort of pushed me and was like, "You're gonna go to a good uni in the future. You're gonna do this." And the thing is, with the IB, we have to take a science, and I didn't take a science, and he's a science teacher. He gave me like an hour-long lecture as to why I should take a science, and he was just pushing me to try and do better. And every morning he'd see me and he's like, "Hey, how's it going? How's school? How's your grades? How's it like not doing science?" And I'm like, "It's great." So yeah, we'd always have conversations.
Very
Right.
nice. Now, I read a little bit about your song and how you wrote it. So you of course were trying to take all the emotions from what you were feeling then, but you were also trying to tap into what his wife was going through at
Yeah,
that same point. So tell us about this whole thought process that went into writing the song.
yeah, sure. So he's married and they didn't have any kids, but they've been married for like 20 something years. I don't think kids was like part of their plan. He was only around 50, I think, and
Okay.
I just imagined the wife not having anyone else, like, and not having anyone there. And
Mm-hmm.
they've actually been inseparable for like so long. So I was like, I don't know how the wife's gonna, take this. So if
Sure.
I could write a song from her perspective to help give her some comfort and to help her like heal through such a dark time, like that's sort of like what I wanted to do. And
Mm-hmm.
I ended up listening to the song and she really liked it.
Lovely. Lovely. So, what would you say were some of the challenges that you've had to face writing the song? I mean, compared to everything else that you've done in the past.
Oh, honestly, I broke down like 4 times. I broke down 4 times while I was writing the song. I was like trying to reach the chorus and I couldn't even sing the whole please line because I just started crying. And it literally like I cried so many times, but I think that's what makes like the lyrics so emotional. Like every single lyric in this song has a purpose. Like I could literally do an English analysis of my song and just put it on my face.
So, other than that, there was no problems writing the song at all.
It was honestly when I'm super emotional, I can write a song like really quickly because
Wow.
all my thoughts come out. That's when my creativity is at its peak when I'm
Okay.
super emotional. That's why I'm sort of like maybe I should undergo like 20 breakups just so I can.
Just write good songs. You can do the whole Taylor Swift thing. Just like get into
I have so many albums out. It's like, come on, guys, break my heart. Make me stop.
So now the guys all around you will be so aware of what's going to happen. You'll be like, oh, no, 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 that's not going to happen.
I'm avoiding that. I don't want to song that. I don't want to like that.
So was it only one song that you were inspired to write because of this whole incident? Or could I guess that there were probably more to it as well? You
Yeah.
probably were inspired to write more.
Yes, there were definitely other songs, but with me over time, as I was healing from this whole thing, my emotions towards all of this, like, they weren't as intense as before. So I did write a few like choruses and verses. Every time I'm sort of like going through stuff, then I'll write down like a melody, I'll write down some lyrics, but never actually another full song.
Okay, okay. But soon to come, I hope.
Yes, soon to come. I actually did write a song about Kobe Bryant's passing.
Okay.
That will be coming out really soon as well.
Wow. Okay, so who would you say would be able to relate to this song? And how relevant, is this song to this current situation where we're battling a whole pandemic and all that, and then lots of lives has been lost as well.
I definitely think anyone that's lost someone during COVID, it's such a scary time and uncertain time, and there have been so many losses that I think that this song can sort of relate to anyone that's ever lost someone.
Hmm.
And the other day, I did put on my Instagram story, what's something you guys have lost this year? Like, let's have a chat about it. And a lot of my fans have replied that they did end up losing like quite a few people because of
Hmm.
COVID and the whole pandemic, and that this song has helped them heal. And the fact that like my music can relate to so many people, and I didn't even have the intention of like writing a COVID song. It's just a coincidence that the song was
Yeah.
released during this time. Like, it's such an amazing feeling.
Yep.
Okay, so when someone actually listens to Please Don't Leave, right? What do you hope they feel?
I hope that if they've ever lost someone, I hope that there's kind of like a sense of like hope that you will see them again in the future.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was a song. It's a song about hope. It's a song about reminiscing about the memories that they've had. It's sort of like, it's a sad concept, but it's like a happy, meaningful song relating to that sad concept.
Hmm. Now, being a songwriter, and like you said, right, you are driven by emotions, and as long as you feel all those emotions, you can sit down and write,
Oh yeah.
right? Do
Oh
you
yeah.
ever feel like you're just lost for ideas? You can't
Yeah.
write anything anymore. What
Yeah.
happens at that point?
For me, I don't try and push myself. And I'm really lucky because the people around me never try and push me, especially my parents. They're very like understanding with my creativity. And my creativity definitely comes in waves. So if I don't feel like writing a song, I won't push myself. I will do vocal lessons, or I'll do vocal exercises. I'll keep practicing my piano and guitar. But I won't write a song because I want to make sure every song that I write sort of like has a meaning behind it and has a purpose and
Hmm.
has like emotions poured out into it. So I sort of just give myself a little break, let myself do other things, like let myself do some sports or do some other hobbies. And then once I kind of feel like writing a song again, then I'll write a song.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Well, just to throw
Darren,
in, sorry.
yeah, what were you going to say?
I just wanted to say, like, what was the process like? I mean, of course, like you wrote the lyrics, based on the situation. But
Yeah.
then when you were producing like the music, how did you do it? Did you have like a piano like lick first, or like a guitar lick, and then you started writing, or was it the other way around?
It was actually both at the exact same time. Like, my guitar skills are very limited, and my piano skills are also very limited. I can write a lot with 4 chords and a capo.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. That is my secret. So I sort of just like started strumming out 4 chords in a typical chord pattern, and then I just started improvising on top of those 4 chords at the
Yeah.
same time. I sort of just started singing lyrics with a melody, and then if I like the melody, obviously I'd record everything on my phone once I'm doing it, and
Right.
then
Mhm.
I'd listen to the melody, and then I'd change up the lyrics, but then I'd still keep the same chords.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So you record. So basically, your demos are done on your phone, and then
Yeah.
what happens? What happens after that? Like, in fact, like, where was this song recorded? Like, did
This song was actually recorded in the UK. I used this online website where I found a producer who I really enjoyed working with,
Mhm.
and sent off my demo to him. Well, the thing is, I did Be My Light with him,
Yeah.
and I sent him this song. I sent him Please Don't Leave when I just recorded it on my phone, and I was like, hey, what do you think of this song? He's like, I love it. Let's do it. and then I sent him a couple tracks that I sort of wanted it to sound like. But the
Yeah.
process of producing this song, I will tell you, it took like 10 months
Right.
because the first production of it, I didn't really like. I was like, no, and I was really picky. I was like, no, this song has to be exactly the way I want it to be. And I'm a big
Yeah.
perfectionist. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, no, we're changing this. And it took like 10 months for it to be finally done. And then after, got released.
Yeah. So in that 10 months, like, were you ever like in the same place with the producer, or were you always like in?
The thing is, I was in the UK last summer, and then I recorded all my vocals there, and then I was there for around a month. But then I only recorded all my vocals in a day, and then everything was done by WhatsApp. It was like, okay, this is the new thing. What do you want? I'm like, okay, add some strings, like here, change this piano, change this guitar riff, and I was sort of like humming the guitar riff that I wanted, like over a voice memo on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's definitely one of the, like quickest ways of making music now, considering that we have all the technology,
Exactly.
The perks of the technology.
Exactly.
Okay, so for those of you who are watching this afternoon, if you have a question or if you have a comment you'd like to send us or to Andrea this afternoon, just post it down below. And if you're listening to us on our app, you can actually watch it on facebook.com/AFO Radio. We're going to play you the preview right now. And when we come back after the preview, we're going to play a little game with Andrea this afternoon. So stick around after the preview. So we'll play it first for you. Ta-da! Where's our preview?
Please don't leave. Stay here on earth, right next to me. Please be around. We'll always think of you, even when you're not on the ground.
Aww, that song, that line itself makes you want to cry, kind of thing. Do you hope that when people listen to it, they'll cry?
Oh yeah. Of course. Let all the tears come out. The thing is, this is a secret. My dad never cries whilst listening to my song. And then when I showed him the video and the song, I walked away to get like a cup of water, and I came back and there were tears down his face, and I was like,
Aww,
I've done that before. Let's go.
look at the joy in your face.
It was such a great feeling. I was like, I made you cry.
That's so cute. Okay, so I'm just curious though, when you actually let his wife listen to the song, right? What was the situation like? I mean, watching her listen to the song, I'm sure you yourself felt something, and she was feeling things as well. What was it like then?
It was actually an amazing feeling because she was crying, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I had just written a song about her husband that's passed away from her perspective. But overall, she was just really grateful, and I can't describe like the emotions that were happening at the time because there were so many. It was happy, sad, like excited. But I think overall, she really enjoyed the song, and it helped her, find peace and help her heal.
Brilliant. The song ends with a little closure as well, right? So it doesn't leave you hanging, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, Darren, are you ready to play our rapid fire this afternoon?
Yes. Andrea, are you ready?
I'm super competitive, and I love games.
Well, you're gonna love this one. Okay, so
Brilliant.
questions are hard, okay? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so this is a whole rapid fire thing. Okay, let's do it. The first one. Describe grief in one word.
Ooh, sad. The thing is, my vocabulary is very limited as well, so I'm just gonna go with sadness.
Sadness.
Okay. Now, if you could go back in time and speak to your teacher again, what would you want to tell him?
I just give him a huge hug and say thank you. Like, thank you for shaping me into the person that I am today and making me want to learn and study.
Wow, nice.
Okay. If Please Stay was chosen to be the theme song of a TV series, which one do you hope it'll be?
Grey's Anatomy, 100%. I'm a huge Grey's Anatomy fan. Like
I agree.
someone's in the ER and it's just like, oh, please don't leave. And they're like, oh, I'm crying.
That's true. I think it'd be a perfect song for that series.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I love Grey's Anatomy.
I think any song that gets onto Grey's Anatomy will stick in your mind forever.
100%. All my Shazam tracks are from Grey's Anatomy. Like, the underrated artist is like all these songs that were playing while someone's being like,
High five! Okay, next question. This song takes you on a journey of grief. If there's one message that you like to tell everyone who's actually going through the same journey, they're grieving, what would it be?
time heals. Time heals everything. And just take time out for yourself and understand your emotions and what you're going through. And it's okay to be sad.
Nice.
All right.
Final
finally,
question.
Yeah, your last words to your fans and our listeners. Just and tell them also where they can get your music and where they can hear more of you.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening to my music. I really do appreciate it because without you guys, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be able to create and make more music. Please check out my songs on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube. My YouTube channel is Andrea, as presented, ANDREH. My Instagram is Andrea with an H at the end .live, .music, and then my Facebook is Andrea.live. So please, it would mean so much if you guys could follow me on all those.
Okay, the track is called Please Don't Leave. Go check it out right now, especially if you need closure after grieving from someone or you feel like you're all alone, especially. I think grief takes you on that journey, isn't it? You feel like you're all alone and left behind. So I guess having a song that you can relate to kind of takes away a little bit of that emotion as well. Helps you through it a little bit. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you guys so much.
It was really fun talking to you. It's interesting how a song that talks about something so sad turned into a very bubbly and cheerful interview. I love that. So remember, the next time she writes a song, it better not be because of you.
Oh yeah, it better not be.
But you take care. We'll keep in touch and remember all your SOPs during this whole COVID season. Yeah, we'll keep in touch and speak to you soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, so there you go. Andrea was our first guest this afternoon.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go check her track. It's called Please Don't Leave. If you're listening to us via our apps or even your laptop or desktop, we'll be playing you the song right now. If you're watching us on Facebook, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back with our second guest this afternoon. And I'll tell you later, or rather Darren will tell you who our guest is later, okay? In the meantime, I want to say hi to Shelly Sim, who says, hi, Darren. And BB Kepo says, I love Darren's hair. We all do. Darren's got really nice hair. And
Yes.
God, BB has a very unicorn-like hair. I like that too. And BB says, Grey's Anatomy for the win. High five. I agree. We'll be back after this break. Stay tuned right here on AFL Radio.
Sleep at night. Please don't leave. Stay here on earth, right next to me. Please be around. We'll always think of you, even when you're not on the ground.
good afternoon, and welcome to the show. This is Pop Up Stage with Darren and Mag on a Friday afternoon. We love keeping you company on a Friday because it's the beginning of a weekend. What's your plans like for the weekend, Darren?
I am going to a plant event tomorrow morning. Can you imagine that? Because everybody's
Plant.
like plants. Yeah, everybody's into plants now. I mean, I guess because of like the whole COVID situation.
MCO. Yep, yep.
And then everybody's just like buying all these plants. And so Avril, my girlfriend, she got into it as well. But she's always loved plants, and it's actually a very good hobby. And there is a huge community of people, who are into plants, and they're sharing like knowledge. Oh, you do it this way. Or, if your flowers or your plants look this way, there must be something that you can do. So there's a whole discussion and all that kind of stuff going on, which is very good. And some of our friends are actually a part of that community too. So it's good. Yeah.
Wow, I can't even keep one plant in my house alive. I tell you. Okay, so my friend Gina, hi to Gina if you're watching. She gave me this money plant last year before Christmas. Okay, it was such a beautiful plant, and I every now and then I feel like it's dying on me, and then suddenly it grows and it dies and it grows. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I should call her and ask her, but I also feel like I'm going to disappoint her because I can't even take care of one plant.
That's
So yeah.
like a whole technique to it, like water once a day, twice a day, and all that. When I was a kid, I would just go and water the plants, like, you know,
All the time.
yeah. And I found out that certain plants only need water like certain periods and stuff like that, because I don't know. I guess that's a whole different breed, I guess.
Yep. Well, this money plant was apparently supposed to water it like once a week and then sun once a week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't like, okay, then I kept forgetting and then I put it outside and then it started burning and then I watered the leaf and oh, it was a disaster. But here's something about Darren though. If you follow him on his Instagram, you notice that he sings to plants. Okay. He was singing to his Bunga Raya and then it blew very gorgeously. Maybe I should sing to my money plant or my money plant just telling me my money situation in reality. So I don't know which is it.
Yeah, singing to your plants, that actually works. There was actually a test done about how heavy like music, or at least like music that's loud music that's constantly like played to a plant will actually die faster. It's
Oh
because
wow.
Yeah, it's because of the frequencies and all that as well. Yeah, so but then if you sing to it, if it's like a nicer melody, it will actually bloom and grow.
So it needs to be manja lah in a way lah.
Yeah, so it's just like a pet, or like I guess a human being. You need to juggle, and take care of them and stuff.
Yeah, I have absolutely no time to sing to my plant. So maybe I should, send it off to Darren for a while. He can sing to it and then we'll bring it back once he's, maturing and blooming in full form. Yeah. Anyway, BB says, my money plant is turning yellow. I have a black thumb. Me too. Mine too. I would take a picture of my money plant and post it on my Insta story. And then you guys decide what I'm doing, what I should do. So yeah, anyway. Okay, it's time for us to bring on our next talent this afternoon on Pop Up Stage. Darren, who do we have?
Well, we've got a super cool R&B artist. He can sing, he can rap, and he owns from what I remember, he owns a small music venue as well. So very
Oh,
cool guy. Yeah, let's bring him on. Put your hands together for Jay from Singapore, everybody.
woo! Crossing the border. Hey,
Yeah.
Jay, welcome to the show.
Hey Meg, hey Darren. Thanks for having me.
What's up, my brother?
Wow, I like his sound quality. Eh?
Hello.
He's a pro musician. That's why.
Lockdown did this to me.
Are you guys still on lockdown? No, right? It's like
Not
everything's back to
anymore.
normal.
I still have
Yeah.
all my gear. Yeah.
Okay. Are you like out and about running around or you rather just stay at home, be safe?
Honestly, after the circuit breaker, which we had here in Singapore, I've become much more of a homebody and enjoy spending a lot more time with my pets. I have like 5 pets.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
What do you have?
they're my fur kids. I have a Great Dane, a
Ooh.
Pomeranian, a Sphinx, a Calico, and a Frenchie.
Wow, nice.
Wow. Okay. I
So
do
that
not know what's a Frenchie and a Calico, so
Calico's
educate
like
me.
it's like our local street cat breed.
Okay.
A Frenchie is a French bulldog.
yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
but you have a Great Dane.
The Great
Crazy.
Dane. Yeah. Oh my God. She's the
Must be
biggest baby,
yeah.
the biggest lapdog.
Wasn't
Like
there a comic about a Great Dane before?
Scooby
Marmot.
Doo.
Marmaduke. Yes.
Marmaduke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you keep them all happy together and not be killing each other?
Uh, it's well, someone has to sacrifice their happiness, and I guess sometimes it's mine.
It's yours. You have a Sphinx. How does the Sphinx,
Yes, the naked cat.
blend in
Feels
with
like
the rest of
it. It has like she has like baby hair, so it's kind of like suede. So you're like,
Right.
yeah. It's like it's touching suede every time.
Yeah.
It's really
But do
nice.
they
So-
all live together like in harmony? I mean,
Yeah.
They live together.
yeah,
Full
but they
stop.
don't like fight and chase each other, right?
The Great Dane instinct kicks in every now and then, quite
Right.
often. She tries to chase the Sphinx, who likes to run around a lot. But the Sphinx ain't scared of nobody. Like the Sphinx
Yeah.
would sneak right up to the Great Dane's snout and just like hug it, just be all up in their face.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aw. Well,
so cute.
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
it's not true that cats and dogs
Cannot live together.
yeah, they can actually live together.
They
In
can.
fact, my dog loves cats. So like cats would come out and
Oh.
hang out at like my porch, and she would just go out to them and like try to be friends with them. But most times like the cats would be afraid of her. Yeah, but she's not even threatening, she's just like walking and trying to sniff them.
Aw.
Oh, so sweet. I guess your life is very entertaining, isn't it? I don't blame
Yeah,
you for
they're
not wanting to go out because there's 5 of them to keep you entertained at all times.
Absolutely, that's TV right there.
Wow, nice, very nice. Okay, so this afternoon you're joining us to talk to us about your brand new single. It's called ADHD, correct?
Mhm. That's right.
Tell us more about it.
So ADHD was actually the first song I wrote as a solo artist.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first I released. I released 2 others, but this was the first one I wrote. And I remember deciding to become a solo, taking my solo artistry seriously after watching Bohemian Rhapsody. Actually,
Yeah.
I was just really, I don't know, I was really inspired by that show and by Queen,
Yeah.
and Freddie Mercury, especially because he was just so unique, so strange. And I mean, a lot of times I feel like an outcast, and I feel like I'm unique for better, for worse. And I feel like I should, embrace that, and I should channel my uniqueness through my music. Because
Brilliant.
that's how I express myself anyway, and it's
Mhm.
it's the healthy thing to do. So yeah, so with Bohemian Rhapsody, which was, I thought, a really fresh song just in general, because of the crazy song, the unorthodox song structure that it has. It's not conventional. I loved it. It's like a roller coaster, puts you through a whole.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I noticed. Like when I heard the track, I was like,
Exactly.
here's the chorus, there's no real chorus, so
What?
it's a whole journey from start to end.
Yeah, like you don't know where you're going, right? Where I'm taking you with the song.
Exactly.
But essentially, if we're gonna break it down, it's a 4 song in one kind of concept.
Yeah.
4 short songs in one that transits smoothly. And I wanted to take it to the next level with my music video as well, which I just released. It's inspired by Netflix's Bandersnatch. So that's from Black Mirror, right? The series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, it's a choose your own adventure music video
Oh,
on YouTube. So I mean, you guys got to check it out to understand. But essentially, at the end of every video, you get to decide which path you want to take.
it's like a game.
Exactly, it's a game. You can
Okay.
say so. Yeah.
It's one of those games where, they let you decide what happens next. They give you a scenario and then you decide what happens
Yeah.
next.
And
Oh.
ADHD stands for attention, depression, hit, and dip. So, which is kind of like a personal cycle I was stuck in for a while when I was based in
Mm.
London, like a couple of years back, as when I was DJing over there. So essentially, I was chasing for attention, right? I was seeking attention, attending all these parties, trying to um, um, basically trying to expand my network. I thought the more people I knew, the more successful I'd become.
Yep.
So I was chasing the attention, but at the end of the day, I was just so exhausted, um, attending all these events every single day. And yeah, I felt pretty depressed. So I fell to my vices, and I tried to just numb the pain I was going
Pain.
through, the depression, the sadness,
Yep.
with whatever I could. Um, and yeah, I hit a big wall in my life at that moment, and it took me a while to realize. Actually, coming back to Singapore for one of my trips and having like close friends speak to me and telling me that that I've changed and like I don't seem in the right headspace, or like I don't look happy, right?
Mm.
And so I didn't realize that sometimes when you're just comfortable with being uncomfortable, you don't know, you
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
Loved ones can tell you, like, can see that. It's hard to see for yourself. And
Yep.
so that's when I decided to, dip out of that situation. And yeah, I left London and I came back to Singapore, and yeah, I try to ground myself a little bit more. So
So
that's
you're
attention,
a
depression.
happier person now.
I am, yeah. I got married too. So
Aw, congratulations.
I'm actually super happy.
I think
Thank you.
a lot of people go through that, whether you're a musician or not. I also had a friend who was in London and went through the exact same situation as you. So it's very interesting. So when I read your
Wow.
story, I was like, wow, this is so super relatable. Now, your song talks about the very brutal yet real problems of being a celebrity, whether you're a musician or you're an artist, So tell us why you decided to, write it down and put it down in a song. Basically,
Yeah,
you're bearing your soul right now.
yeah. Essentially, it was. I mean, it's a selfish reason. It's for myself. I had to express myself as an artist and as a musician. That's really the only way I can um, show my true feelings
Mm-hmm.
and express myself honestly. I feel like music's the way for me to channel those emotions through. And
Mm.
also at the same time, I feel like, others might be able to relate to this, um, to my story and
Yeah.
to my music. So yeah, it's for me and for others as well, is to not feel alone and to know that, you know, other people are going through it.
Yep.
I did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
Your music has always been very like unique, and like the
Yeah.
videos and stuff like that you've put out, it's always been very, very cool. So I think like the whole creative take to it,
Yeah.
would definitely be able to like relate with people and just provide like an escape for somebody.
Yeah, exactly. An escape. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, you've had many previous successes on your Spotify for your previous tracks. What are you hoping for ADHD? Do you hope for the same thing or better?
Um, with Spotify, I'm okay with growing it, um, slowly, organically.
Mm.
I'm more interested in the music video, at least for this track ADHD, because I feel that the music video is kind of like a new experience for
Absolutely.
yeah, for the listeners to experience my song, my
Yep.
music. And I always trying to find new ways, new experiences I can create for the listener.
Mhm.
And so for ADHD, it's the Choose Your Adventure music video. So yeah, that's the focus for this song.
Why did you decide to do it this way though? In an adventure way or method, why didn't you go with the conventional, straightforward music video? We tell you what's happening in the music video instead of you deciding what happens in the music video kind of thing.
um, Honestly, it's boring. I bore myself. I'm pretty ADHD myself, so it's boring. If I am bored of my own music video or my own song, I I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. So I try to keep things fresh with the music, with the music video, or even whatever other experiences I can create for my listeners.
hmm Now, I'm just curious though. At this point in time where the whole world's down with the pandemic, how would you see ADHD come into place, or how would it help those who listen to your song?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I released it. I wanted to release it earlier, but because of the whole situation, I had to,
Mm,
um, yeah, and personal reasons, I had to delay this track. But I do feel, all of us are still experiencing the effects of what COVID-19 has done, you know, to everyone,
absolutely.
and it's definitely in the same emotional um, realm. My
Yep.
song
Yeah.
and the moods that it encompasses. Definitely, I think is a good representation, vibe-wise, to um, what everyone around the world is feeling right now, what most of us are feeling right now.
Absolutely. We're gonna play a teaser for you and let you hear a little bit of ADHD, and then we'll come back and play a little game with Jay this afternoon, and perhaps ask him a little bit more questions as well. If you have any comments, any questions whatsoever, and you're watching us on Facebook, please feel free to type it down below, and we'll come back and read your messages right after this. Okay, for now, time to play the teaser. We bring you ADHD by Jay.
What's your fondest memory? Tell me about your family. Ecstasy or tragedy? Sharing is the remedy. So make me your amenity. You can put it on me before we lose our sanity. 'Cause people are so cold these days. Yeah, we can't let this go two ways. If we put on a show, it's okay. 'Cause people are so cold these days.
I like the cover art. Did you do it yourself?
Thank you. No, I didn't.
Why?
I'm
Why
not that
that
talented.
particular? Why that particular piece of art?
Well,
Does it represent anything?
yes, it represents exploration. And personally, I do feel like every day I have something to learn, and I try to, um, you know, have new experiences and pick up new skills and just experiment, with life and with my music as well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you see the astronaut in the illustration, the astronauts jumping off or the building,
Yep.
or into the sky, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I've always felt um, like an astronaut in a metaphorical sense, that I I want to, how would I say,
Like
freedom.
jump, yeah, jump and like take the leap and just get out there and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Take the risks,
take the risk. Yeah.
learn from them,
Mm.
and just explore further,
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. All right. So before we tell you where you can actually head on to listen to the track and also to follow Jay on social media, it's time for us to play our rapid fire segment just before we wrap up the show. Today, for some reason, time just flies by. It's been flying by faster than anything. Okay, and we've got like only 12 minutes left of the show. So let's do a rapid fire. Are you ready, Jay?
Let's do it.
Okay, the one thing you want people to remember you for, your legacy basically.
Wow. Um, disruption.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. Nice.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Disruption. That's cool. Okay, next one. Of all the tracks you've released, which ones are your favorite and which is your least?
Wow. Okay.
It's hard to say, right? You just have to say all.
My least favorite is the ones that I've already released. My new favorite's the ones that's going to be released.
Very smart, huh? Politically correct. Now, if ADHD was to be used for a commercial, okay, what product do you think it'd be suitable for?
It's interesting because there's 4 different vibes in four songs. in one.
Absolutely.
Perhaps a drink that has 4 different flavors.
Like Gatorade.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. If there's one message you would want to share with your fans through ADHD, what would it be?
Yeah, the message would be to express yourself, however that may be. Whether it's creative or not, just please express yourself, because if you bottle up all those negativity or emotions within you, it's gonna come out one way or another. So it's gonna either be a smooth process or it's gonna turn ugly, and explode.
Yep, very true. So release all the toxicity in yourself, basically. Yeah, find someone to actually speak to. Okay, so before we let you go, what is your last words for your fans and our listeners, and where can they go listen to your song and watch your video, and also tell them how they can follow you on social media?
All right. Please hit me up on the DMs. I mean, I reply to everyone. One of them on Instagram. You can find me. It's JFunk, JAYEFUNK. And on Spotify, you can look me up. It's JAYE, J. On YouTube, I really want you guys to check out this music video that I've conceptualized for you guys. So that's youtube.com/JFunk. And or just search JADHD on YouTube, and I can't wait for you guys to experience it.
I can't wait to go check it out myself, because now that you say it's like a game, right? I'm like, whoa, I need to go check it out. Sorry, I grew up in the 80s. This kind of things, actually gets me interested.
Like those Goosebumps, Goosebumps storybooks.
Yep.
From when you're a kid and you turn flip pages to.
Yep.
Yep. That's so cool.
That.
So cool. So, Jay, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It's been a pleasure. I mean, thank you for sharing your story, because, your journey was not an easy one, and you shared it with us through your music as well. So that's brilliant. Thank you so much once again. And congratulations on both the song and the video. Are you working on anything new?
Yes, you can expect 2 years of releases.
Brilliant.
And, I wish I could just share it with you guys now, but I have to plan.
Oh, you know what? If I had more time, I would pry that out of you.
All right. Other than music, I'm opening a couple of creative spaces as well. So as Darren mentioned, I had a music studio, and I opened a gallery and bar in Seoul recently.
Wow.
Next up is a creative shop house back in Singapore.
Wow. You keep going and doing what you do. I mean, I'm just going to wish you all the best
Thank you.
because I know that you know what you want to do and you're going to achieve it, and we'll hope to see and hear from you soon as well. Darren, anything else you'd like to say to Jade?
No, that's it. I'm just so with everything. I just saw
I'm
like a tiny clip of the video, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jade, we'll catch up with you soon. You take care. Till
Thanks,
then, bye
Meg.
bye.
Thanks, Darren.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
All right, so there you go. That's today's show for Pop Up Stage this afternoon. It was nice, isn't it? I mean, getting to speak to two different types of people, two different types of songs as well. Very nice.
Two complete different artists, of course, from two different places too. So
Yeah.
she's from Singapore, and then Andrea, she's based in Thailand, and she moves around a little bit, but it's so
Hmm.
good to just be able to speak to them and hear from them as well, and to know what's happening outside of Malaysia as well.
Correct. So Darren was very smart. He got someone from the northern side, which is in Thailand, and then one from Singapore, and they were right smack in the middle.
Because the thing is, like, what Pop Up Stage is essentially, is a new. I mean, it's a platform where we feature new artists, not just new artists, but new releases.
New
In
releases.
Yeah, and mostly like the artists that we've featured so far, they've all been Malaysian. Regardless of level, you can be a new artist, you can be like a veteran. As long as you got a new release, we want to put you guys on. And it's
Absolutely.
very Malaysian driven, but every now and then we just throw something in the mix. We put like a regional artist, for example, like today. We've got one from Thailand and one from Singapore, and
Yep.
maybe in the future we might have ones that are further away. From the UK, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe from Indonesia. I can be anywhere.
That's right. So if you'd like to be featured on Pop Up Stage, don't forget to drop us a DM or a PM either on Instagram or on Facebook, and reach out to us and we'll get back to you. Okay, my Instagram handle is that i.am.meg. Darren, what's yours?
Yeah, mine is at Darren AHM.
All right. So on Facebook, you can even look out for AFO Radio or even on Instagram as well. Just drop us a line and we'll get back to you and we'll feature you on the show. Next week, we've got an interesting talent coming back in the studio. He's got a single that drops on Sunday, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so we're not going to tell you who it is, but we will tell you who it is next week. So you're going to make a date with us, same time, same place, next Friday, right here on AFO Radio. I am Mag.
And I'm Darren. We'll see you guys.
We'll see you next week. Bye.